So yesterday it came out that Prince William, who is the future King of England, has stated that we are currently in the midst of a mental health catastrophe. And that's going to continue if lockdowns keep people from socializing. And this is a man who's been very public about his own struggles with depression when he lost his mother, Princess Diana, in that horrible traffic accident. That was actually when I first came to England. And this is something that's very serious, and we need to really consider the mental health of our citizens and our young people. According to a survey, when lockdown started, of 70,000 people here in Britain, 1 in 10 said they had suicidal thoughts during the lockdown, and that doubles if they are unemployed. It also doubles if they are 18 to 24 years old. Our young people are facing real challenges right now. They're in danger of becoming a lost generation if we keep these lockdowns going. And that's why today on the show I'm welcoming Nick Whitcomb, who runs Body Tech Gym up in Liverpool. And he has been in a very public fight against the government to keep gyms open to ensure our mental health. I cannot stress how important this is as someone who trains every single day for my own mental health, and I've struggled with that in the past. This is such an important service. According to the Lancet Medical Journal, esteemed medical journal, exercising 3 times a week can lower depression by 43%. And we've been supporting our brothers and sisters in the North as they fight back against these ridiculous Tier 3 lockdowns and also the closing of their gyms. And Nick was faced with 5 armed police officers this week at his gym, trying to shut him down. They gave him a £1,000 fine. They tried to give him a £2,000 fine. And he has been all over the news fighting to get his gym to stay open because it's so important to his mental health. And I understand this more than anyone. I've had guests on the show that say things like the body is the mind. And this is something we must invest in for our young people, for everything, because our mental health is everything in this country and in this city. The 9 million citizens are suffering now. The lockdown is really putting pain on everyone. And when you take people's livelihoods away from them, when you take their jobs away from them, the next thing that comes is their mental health. It starts to deteriorate, and it's happening in London right now with our 9 million citizens who are effectively completely locked down, because a Tier 2 lockdown is the same as a Tier 3 because all of the rules are muddled. Look, we lack leadership, we lack a proportional response to the virus, and we lack science-based decision-making, and we are going to pay for it with our mental health in this country, with the lost generation of our young people, and we've got to get serious about this now. So I'm excited to speak to Nick. We'll be talking at 5 p.m. live today, and I've got to really salute him for fighting tooth and nail, putting his business on the line, his reputation on the line, and going up against the government. It looks like they've been successful in keeping gyms open in these Tier 3 lockdowns in the North. We've got to fight back for things that we know are right. We've got to stop listening to these career politicians with their vested interests and their own interests at stake. That's all I see. They're not really thinking about the citizens they serve, and that's what we need from our leadership. So I'm super excited to talk to Nick tonight. Tune in. And again, make sure you get the physical exercise you need for your mental health. I'll post videos all the time of me swimming and weightlifting and breakdancing and hand balancing, because I think it's so important that we stay active, especially in these times and especially as we go into winter. So, Nick, I salute you. I'm looking forward to having you on the show, brother, today. Please tune in at 5 o'clock and hear his story. It's an incredible one. We all need to fight back against what is obvious wrong decisions from our government. Let's get some leadership. Let's get a proportional response so we can keep our gyms, keep our hospitality sectors, but lock down that are those that are most vulnerable. And let's also have some science-based solutions. Out of 22 million gym visits this year, 78 of those resulted in a COVID case. 78 out of 22 million. That's 0.35 per 100,000 visits. And only 1.7% of COVID transmissions, according to Public Health England data, are happening in gyms. So why close them down in the first place? Hospitality is 3.3%. Why close those down? Especially when they're people's livelihood. The mental health is at stake. Obviously, I'm emotional about this because these are my people. You know, I feel connected to the community. I feel connected to this country I call home. I feel connected to the 9 million people in London. I've been serving them for the past 9 years on London Real. And we've got to do more. We've got to do more for our citizens because I'm not satisfied. We need to take London in a new direction, and that's the plan going forward. So thank you. Leave your comments below. Tell me, is going to the gym important for your mental health? Do you think these lockdown measures are justified? Do we need new leadership? Leave your comments below. I read them all, and I'll see you tonight when we speak to Nick Wickcombe on London Real. Thank you.